Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, got another little video for you here. So I went to Harbor Freight for the Memorial Day sale. I actually picked this ratchet up yesterday. So I seen this ratchet online, I've been looking at it, $69.99. I'll put the link that they had to the description up here in the corner somewhere. But anyway, so I went there and they didn't have any on the shelf, so of course I had to ask them to go get the ones in the back. Now they did have ratchets out this time, but for some reason this ratchet wasn't out. So they went and brought it up to me, rung it up, and it rung up for $65.99 instead of $69, so it was $5 cheaper. So I used the coupon and I saved another 20% off of that, which was $51.99, and after tax and everything I paid $55 for it, 11 cents. So I thought that was a pretty decent deal for this ratchet here. So like I said, it's their new G2. Part number for this is R2LKG, and this is their long-handled ratchet for the 3/8 locking flex head. Like I said, this is 14-inch. This is an 80 tooth, another 80 tooth ratchet, and it's against the split pawl technology, and it is going to be made in Taiwan. Again, does have the lifetime warranty that Harbor Freight offers. Does have a 4.5 arc swing, and it's supposed to be a fully sealed head. We'll check all that out when we get inside of it. And it says hardened pawl engages 7 gear teeth for greater torque and durability. So I guess you're getting 7 teeth of engagement per whatever side you're in reversing it or tightening, loosening or tightening situations. It also says it has a chemical resistant TPV grip, provides comfort and extended use, which, like I said, I like their new handles. It kind of reminds me of the gear wrench grips that they have. So let me go ahead and let's get this thing unpackaged. I know it's a little bit of a people are having a pain in the butt trying to get this plastic tie, trying to get it out once they get the plastic tie off. Just bust that off like that. I think it's kind of squeeze this metal back here to get this piece out. Let me get this out, guys, and we'll get back to you. Like I said, this the clips right here where you got to get in there, and it's pretty tight. All right, guys, welcome back. All right, got it out. So let's go ahead and let's get an overall length. They're claiming 14 inches on this ratchet here. Yeah, it's like 14 7/8, so really close to 14. We'll just go ahead and call it 14. It's pretty close. The handle length on it, from the top of the handle to the bottom handle, guys, it's 4 3/4 inch length. Like I said, it fits my hand perfectly, where I got a little bit left over, where it's not too small, where my hand is not going over it all the way. Anyway, guys, you got some roll stamping here down here by the handle right here, and that is the part number. That's the R2LKG. And then up here on the head, you got the on and the off stamped into the and also the icon ratchet. On the other side, you got the icon logo onto the faceplate, and then also the sealed head ratchet is also stamped onto the faceplate. Again, you have the rocker switch here for locking it in, the lock switch. There's no markings on that, but it's got a nice little piece on here that you can actually get on there and grab. Now it's the same kind of cast freaking on and off switch like you had on the other ratchets, the first generation ratchets. It's not really countersunk in there, but it does sit. Looks like it sits a little bit shallower than some of the previous models. And just feeling the ratchet, it feels, just by feeling it, it feels like it's pretty smooth ratchet. But we're going to go ahead and I'll crack the head open first, and then we can take the locking mechanism off for the head of the ratchet. Let me zoom in here for you. So to take the head off, you're going to need a T10 for this. And then if you have to take this off or tighten this up, it's going to be 4mm. Also, guys, I want to point out on the 1/2-inch drive, the bolts go through the head and screw into the plate. For some reason, they have the screws going through the plate and screwing into the head. I don't know if I like that better or if I like the other way better, because if you strip out the faceplate, then you'll just have to replace the faceplate. You don't have to replace everything else. These are really tight. Let me go get a T-handle and see what we can do with that. All right, guys, I got an Icon T10 T-handle. Let's see how tight these are, because the oh wow, they are really tight. Woo! Look at that. Check that out. Broke the T-handle right off inside of it. Yep, and look at that, stuck down in there. So I'm gonna have to get that out. Let me go get a magnet and see if we can get that out real quick. Let's try this. All right. Woo! So we got that out. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. So there's that. There's the piece of the T-handle that broke. All right, let me go get another Torx bit and see if we can find something else. Get a different one and get this out. All right, guys. So this time I got my vessel. We're gonna try these out. Got my vessel and I got my Craftsman made freaking T-handle here, or my bit holder here. We're gonna see if this will get it off without breaking it. So let's see what this one does. There we go. Well, I don't know if that Icon broke it free and then broke it, or if that one actually worked. So these are the vessel Torx bits, and these things are supposed to be pretty tough. This thing must be loaded with Loctite to be that tight, because this thing was really tight and did not want to move. And as you can see there, all the threads are just full of Loctite. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the other one loose. See if the vessel can get that one out too. Nope, that came right out. I think it's because that the Icon here, it was really flexed, and this piece is kind of so thin that it flexed. Maybe if they would have made this a little bit thicker and then brought it down to the small tip, it might have been a little, might have been better. Maybe they should use a little bit better steel. So I will be taking those back for an exchange, because that broke, and now it's all twisted up. I'll show you that too, real quick before we tear into this ratchet. Here, take a look at this real quick before we get going there. You can see the end of it. It's pretty twisted up from where it broke. All right, guys. So we got that off apart. Get that open, and then we're gonna go and get this sealed head out. And as you can see, there is. I know people were complaining about not having any lubrication, but as you can see, this one does have pretty good amount of oil. It's nice and lubricated on the inside there, and as you can see inside the ratchet there is signs of oil, so it definitely does have oil in it. And like I said, you don't want to put grease in these or anything else, because it's going to cause it to bind up. So you definitely want to use any kind of like light machine oil should be sufficient. So here we go. Let me get a pick out here. And like I said, here's the back of it. That does have a little machined area here. I wonder if they're actually eventually going to make a quick release for this, where this back will be open, and you can just do a little quick release thing for the Icon ratchets eventually. Like I said, there is a gasket, rubber gasket right here, and it sits down in there pretty good. You guys can see that. So there's your gasket there. Here is your pawl here, and again, it has the same kind of design as your 1/2-inch drive ratchet. It does say HFT. You guys can see that there, HFT 3/8 80 tooth. So 3/8, and then it does it. So it's stamped with the correct markings in there, and you do have your single spring detent down inside here for the ratchet. There's that, and it does have oil on it. You see it's getting on my hand. So yeah, I know these have plenty of oil in them, so you got to worry about that. Here's your the Mickey Mouse ears. Which people are what they're calling it. Just rock that and get that out. You guys can take a quicker look at that. Doesn't really have any kind of markings or anything on it like that. And then your last piece is your switch here. We can try and get the switch. Switch goes in. Comes into the inside, and there you go, guys. And as you can see, there is an O-ring on that as well, so it is fully sealed. Now I know the Milwaukee has a sealed ratchet, and they actually have a gasket that runs around the inside of the top of theirs. So I know some people go, this isn't sealed because it doesn't have a gasket on the faceplate or whatever, but that doesn't really matter. You really just don't want to get, you don't want to get sand in here. I wouldn't really worry about getting any kind of anything else. But yeah, you don't want to get sand in it. So to put this back in, you're going to have to flip it upside down like that, and you can just roll the switch back in. Then you can flip it back around. Also, guys, what I want to show you also on these, there is no spring and ball detent down here like you would have on your other ratchets for when you switch it to left and right. Usually there's a ball detent down here, and then the bottom of this would have a spot for the detent of a piece to hit it, to hold it into the position. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not. So that's just something, another thing I just noticed when I was opening this up. So we'll put that in. Drop those Mickey Mouse ears back in there, and then we'll put our little detent back inside, just like that. And we'll drop our pawl bag in. Let's make sure the pawl is facing the right way, which I just put it in backwards. There we go. Now the paw's facing the right way. And we'll drop the anvil back in. I'll just add a couple shots of my own stuff there. Let's just see what it, I just want to take a look at that. Now it says 7 teeth, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to count. It may even be more than 7 teeth, actually. Let me go ahead and switch it to the other side. See if there's a way that, yeah, I don't see, like I said, there was a detent that sat in there, but I think once you flip it all the way to that way, it's not gonna, it's tight. It doesn't want to flip back. It's not a super tight switch, but it's not like a super loose one anyway. So that feels fine to me. That feels perfectly fine. All right, we'll go ahead and put the faceplate back on. They really overdid it with the Loctite. They, I don't know if they didn't want people going in there or what, but it is really tight. I broke their freaking their Icon T-handle, so maybe that's something they can upgrade next, is the steel to their T-handle or something. Because like I said, that broke pretty good. They should be able to use their own tools to take their tools apart. So that's pretty good thing to do when you're working on people's equipment or whatever, their tools or whatever, using their own tools to work on their tools. Like I said, so using Icon screwdrivers or whatever it is that is working on their things, just to show the quality of how good they work. Like I said, I usually had good experiences with these T-handles so far, so I knew it was coming close to breaking. So, all right, guys. So that takes care of taking the head apart. We'll go ahead now and we'll take the locking mechanism out, and we'll take a quick look at that. Like I said, that is a 4mm. We'll zoom in on that as well. And that one, it wasn't that was not as tight as those. And this is a much larger bolt. So let me see how much Loctite this piece has on it. This one only had three, I guess 3 threads with Loctite on it, so it didn't have any. This one here, all the threads had Loctite on them, so they way overdid it with the Loctite with that. So try and get this out without losing any of it. So there's your try it like that. Okay, so here's the spring. This is what keeps the tension up top, so the head doesn't get real flimsy. This little spring right here, it's like just basically one coil of a spring, and they just put that in there, keep tension on the head so the head's not flopping all over the place. Again, it's the same kind of locking mechanism as the 1/2 inch, and you got 1, 2, 3, you got 5 teeth right there of engagement when it locks in. And again, like I said, this one is nice because it has the single does have the ball detent, and as you can see, the ball detent right here where it sits on the bottom for unlocked and locked. So it does have a spot for the detent for that to keep it in place. And here's the spring, single spring down in there. Just make sure there's nothing else down in there. So there you go. So there's you go, and there's your spring that goes down inside there. Like I said, looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead. We can reassemble this now. Just wanted to show you guys what that looked like inside. I'll put a drop of oil down in there. Just a little drop of machine oil down in there as well. Put that in there. So this one here, if you guys wanted to use the super lube or whatever, you could use it on this because it's not going to hurt anything. I just wouldn't use super lube the grease inside the head of the ratchet, but if you wanted to use it down inside of this, I don't see that being a problem at all. So there's that. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the ratchet head, oh sorry, out of the picture here again. Ratchet head back inside like that. Yeah. That's what happened last time I had this, when I went and put this back together. It was snug getting it over it. So, oh, the ball came out. There's your problem right there. The ball came out of the hole. Let me go ahead and try and get this ball. Let me zoom out a little bit, too close here. Alright, let's get the ball back in. Need to get the ball in, put the ball back in the hole. We got to get this all the way down so it has room. The ball already came out. That's the only thing when you take these things apart. It could be a pain in the butt. And it came out again. Oh boy. Alright, let's try it again. Ball back inside. Alright, we got it that time. So now we got that back. Okay. Push it back over. And just get the bolt close to the hole, and I'll just try and slide the head over. I got oil all over my hands now, so. Alright, so there we go. That back in there. Tighten this back up. Now, last time I put this back together, I had the head facing the other way, and somebody in the comments section saw that. Like I said, man, that's pretty good because I wasn't really paying attention to what side I was putting it on. So that was pretty good catch. So there you go. That's how much flex you got with it. And then you can go a full 180 with it. But if you want to get to the locking mechanism right there, you can't go a full 180 with it. I think it goes like 130 degrees. It's not the full 180 because of the locking mechanism, and that right there is where it locks it in at. So basically from right here to right here is where it locks. And if you want to go further than that, you gotta have to leave the lock off to use the ratchet, because you won't be able to use the lock. I'm trying to think. I think that is pretty much it, guys. for this. But all right, guys, that was the full teardown of the new Icon ratchet. Just want to thank you guys for coming over, checking the channel out. Leave a comment and subscribe. God bless you guys. Thank you, and stay safe and have a great evening. I don't know if you guys noticed all the chirping in the background of my video, but yeah, I got my wife went and bought more chickens the other day, so I got 6 more baby chickens. I just put 6 more out last week with the rest of the other chickens I got. So here are the little babies. If you guys want to see them real quick, let you guys take a quick look at them here. A couple different ones here. That's just a couple of the new ones I got. Alright guys, I'm going to share that with you. I just thought that was funny. Maybe you guys wanted to, were wondering what that chirping noise was in the background, but it's these baby chicks. Alright guys. Verse of the day comes from Romans 8:38 through 39. And it says, "For I am convicted that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither heights or depths, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is Christ Jesus our Lord." Alright guys, so no matter what things that are coming against you guys that are causing issues and causing problems, causing you to maybe to slip or fall, God still loves you, and he still wants you to come to him, and he still wants you to be with him. So no matter what you're doing, God, all you got to do is repent and give it all back to Christ, and like I said, he'll accept you. All right guys, God bless and have a great day.